Welcome to this random empty parking lot here in Las Vegas. We are here to check out CES to go look for flying cars and robots and all that good stuff, and also checking out these new mics right here. DJI Mic 2. I really want a robot that can walk around and hold a camera, and I'll eventually replace Sam right here.
I'll be his assistant.
Realistically, I think we just really need a Roomba that doesn't get stuck under the sofa. Now, we've already had a sneak peek on these Mic 2s from when they came out with the Pocket 3. They came with the Creator Kit or whatever they called it, but now it's a complete system. So right now we're using the Rode Wireless Pros. I love these things. I have a whole video about these, and I want to compare them to the DJI mics. So this is the receiver for the camera, and does have a little dial right here, as well as it being touchscreen like before. So we'll go ahead and take this and plug this on top of the camera. So now we are listening to audio from the DJI mic right now, and it is pretty windy, so these wind protectors are definitely very helpful right now. And I'm going to switch back and forth between this and the Rode mic real quick. So Rode mic, here we are at the Rode mic. Here is how my voice sounds, and then now the DJI mic. Now there are some noise cancellation features that this mic does have, but I turned everything off for now. I just wanted to just be as raw as possible, so I turned off the low cut, I turned off the noise cancellation and all that stuff. And the reason why I'm personally really interested in these two microphones specifically compared to some of the other ones is that these are both recording 32-bit float internally. So before, if I'm talking really quietly, you would have to crank up the audio levels, right, to make sure you could hear me, and then I start talking really loud and you have to turn it down so it doesn't clip. But here it should just be recording the whole range. So here's some whispering from the DJI mic, and here's some whispering from the Rode Wireless, and here's some yelling from the DJI mic, and here's some yelling from the Rode mic. I sound like a wrestler.
Little whisper, little whisper, little whisper, little whisper.
All right, so for the rest of this video, all the audio will be coming from this DJI Mic 2, so you can get an idea of how it sounds. And if I ever switch to a different mic like this, I will label it. First impressions, I would say the biggest advantage that the DJI mic has is that it's just slimmer and smaller, and it weighs less, so it doesn't really pull your shirt down as much. The biggest advantage of the Rode Wireless Pro is that it does have a locking TRS cable, so if you have a lav mic that you can actually screw in, you have a little bit more security. We need Dylan here right now for this deep voice test.
I like that this one cover is black. I don't like that this is so bright. This blends in a lot more with your sweater.
If we could get some of these wind covers in black, that would be very nice. They also will be coming in white, which would be beneficial if you tend to wear brighter colored clothes or for weddings, I think.
Like me, look, this would probably be better if I had a white microphone on.
Specs on the screen, so that I don't have to remember all these numbers. I have very bad short-term memory, so this is great to just let you care about specs. There it is. So here we are. Keep an eye out for robots. What are you most excited
Dude,
about?
honestly, anything shiny, I'm down. Anything that does chores for me when I don't have to.
Segways have dune buggies now? Oh, is that a street sweeper?
I think it is.
It's like a super Roomba.
I don't think that's gonna get stuck.
The sofa's gonna get stuck under it.
I feel everything jiggling.
So when the little birdies come to eat the seeds, then I can watch them?
That's pretty crazy. When it's off, it's like a window. But then when it's on, it's actually a pretty bright screen. So what's up? We found Kelvin, founder of Newbie Drone, FPV drone store in San Diego. See anything interesting at CES?
Not really this year.
Not really
this
CES
year.
sucks. Why are we here? Hey, you got a good deep voice.
Really?
We need to test out the deep voice.
How deep you need?
Oh, that's good. That's good.
DJI microphone, huh?
Yeah, Mic 2.
Oh, that's a 2.
Yes.
So it's not released yet.
This comes with the Pocket 3, so it's not secret. Don't feel special.
Okay. So does it have a receiver?
You have to sign an NDA before we can talk further. So this is the setup that we were running right now. It is all covered up in tape right now just because this isn't officially released yet. So we're trying to stay low profile. There it is, our future cameraman. Can I train it to hold a camera and follow me around and take his job?
5 or 10 years later.
Oh, okay, 5 or 10 more years. That's so cool. I think Carrie already wants to adopt one.
Yeah, so that it doesn't get abused anymore.
Also, right now I have note processing on in this microphone. So this has some fancy like voice isolator thing, which usually I'm not a fan of these features, but I think I just hit that button and now the color changes. And how does it sound now? Like, it probably helps eliminate a lot of the sound from the background, but I feel like usually you get kind of almost a robotic voice.
The robotic voice actually might work in this scenario since we're going to look at all this robotic stuff.
Robotic stuff. Which one sounds better, with the voice cleaning on or with it off? Is this better? I usually like the raw sound, but maybe if you're like in a crowded place and you just want it to not sound so crazy, you could just turn this feature on. So this is the DJI Action 4. You can record from this microphone without having to cable anything in. So this kind of gives me instructions on how to get this into Bluetooth pairing mode. With the Action 4, you only get one microphone. If you do want two microphones on the Action 4, then I think you need to take that receiver and plug it in. Low cut is on by default, but I actually turned it off. Low cut can kind of help get some of like the low end hum out of certain shots, but I like to just record the whole spectrum. 32-bit float recording, I want to have that turned on. Awesome little minimalist setup right here, because now I can just like throw it in my pocket, not worry about TRS cables. So here's how the setup with the Action 4 sounds. How you doing, Sam?
I'm collecting all the tote bags.
Finally, a flying car.
Is the controller for this like this big? Bro, what kind of transformer shit is this?
Oh, electric G-Wagon.
Oh, snap. Whoa.
So now I've tried hooking this microphone up to the phone via Bluetooth. Right now I'm using the Blackmagic app, and then I can select the Bluetooth microphone for the audio input. So how's it sound? In my experiences, it doesn't sound quite full. Hey, voiceover Gene here, just doing a little bit of narration with this microphone in the comfort of this amazing bed. I was definitely excited when I first heard that you can connect this microphone via Bluetooth straight to the phone without having to attach anything to the phone, but there's definitely like a loss in quality, right? I mean, compared to when this is connected via Bluetooth to this Pocket 3 or Action 4, those sound way better. Maybe it's just like the Bluetooth capabilities make it so that it's not able to get like full quality audio transmitted to the iPhone. So to get the best audio quality straight onto the phone, the case does have these adapters, one Lightning and one USB-C that just slides on, and I can just plug straight into the phone that way. And there, now we should have some pretty solid audio quality going straight onto the phone now. And yeah, I do have to have this little extra thing hanging off the side, but at least it's super easy. I mean, I just plug it in and it just starts working automatically. And the wireless link has been pretty strong. I mean, we did have a few dropouts. Might be an RF thing. That's something I would have expected out of any wireless mic, considering we're at CES and everybody is blasting radio frequencies everywhere. And actually just now realizing that we were right next to Motorola, so they probably had something to do with that. This is exactly why I love the fact that these microphones also record internally, so even if Motorola comes and blasts your RF signal, you still have a nice 32-bit float backup. But with all things considered, the connection was actually surprisingly stable.
Little range test.
PETA, are we gonna find you a nice spot to take a poop? I hope you're not gonna use any of this audio. Someone didn't pick up their dog's poop.
Now, one of the things I wasn't totally expecting was how much I was gonna love this Action 4 setup with the Bluetooth mic. Definitely would have been nice to be able to pair two microphones to the Action 4 like we can with this Pocket 3, but in order to do that, we do have to connect the receiver. It just hooks in just like that, and now we can get two microphones onto here. So let's take this setup for a spin now. Are you ready to check out this like insane hotel room that we got hooked up with?
There's a pool table.
Look at this place. What?
This is so stupid.
Huge walk-in closet and another bathroom. Look. Oh my God. Whoa. We'll be living the good life for one day. Our room comes with a personal window cleaner.
A bidet?
Yeah.
It's like the Bellagio.
Oh, this is what they meant by fountain view, huh? Yeah. Right now we're trying to record 3 microphones, but just recording with the iPhone here. So I'm just kind of relying on the internal recording on these. It's nice to be able to just like hit the internal recording and then just worry about syncing it up later in editing. We'll fix it in post. So as long as that red light is on, it's recording. The only thing I did notice is that sometimes it's easy to accidentally trigger that noise cancellation feature. So I want to see if there's a way to lock that. It kind of feels weird having all this space. What do we do?
I know, I guess run a mile, I guess.
Parkour. By the way, these are the new wind covers. Actually, there's like a dummy 3.5 mil mic jack right here. So basically you could just plug that in. Indoors like this, usually I'm not really too worried about wind, so it's not that big of a deal. But sometimes even some like heavy breathing from the nose can kind of give you that wind noise, like oh my God, so much snot is coming out. Well, this case itself does have a battery contained within it. So basically it is now recharging all the mics, but the case itself will not close if the wind covers are on. Now this kit also did come with this soft case right here, which has room for this battery case, but also some slots. That is a nice quick way to transport these mics without having to remove the mic cover, but you are also not getting a charge. Individually, they do have pretty decent battery life, but you get significantly more if you are consistently topping it off. Opposed opposed to the Rode Wireless Pro, which has more of a cube shape to it. And this has a little bit of extra room, so you could leave the mic covers on and you could also throw the cable in here. But at the same time, it is definitely a bit boxier, but you know, DJI case is a little bit wider, but they both have USB-C ports on the back of it. One thing I really like about Rode is that you can go ahead and plug in USB-C through the case, and it will let you download the internal recordings off both of these mics. But here I do have to individually download and plug in each mic in order to get the internal audio off it. You know, it's just an extra step. By default, this just records with the built-in mic, but of course we can plug in our lav mic just like this. And this is a mic from DJI. Ooh, I could just go ahead and clip this onto my shirt if I'm trying to go a little bit more low profile. And let's go from the built-in mic over to the lav mic now. And here's how the lav mic sounds. So, you know, this is probably a little bit more professional if you're trying to like conceal the mic. So yeah, here's how the lav mic sounds. Does it sound amazing? I just really love the fact that I can go ahead and hook up 2 different microphones to this, and I don't have to have an extra thing hanging off it. I mean, this is just here for extra power and a stand. This can just be by itself. If you look up here, you can see the audio levels for each mic. I mean, I really hope that other camera manufacturers look at this and go, oh, we should probably build wireless receivers in our cameras too. And on top of just it being more convenient, there's other features that come along with it. So check it out. If I hit the record button on the Pocket, notice that both of these start recording internally as well. Usually whenever I'm recording internally, I'm just letting these microphones just run on for hours and hours, and I just sync it up afterwards. But here, if I cut, you'll notice that both of these microphones shut off. So that is awesome. Now, one thing that I do wish that it had was maybe some timecode capability, which we don't get on here. So that is points for the Rode Wireless Pro system, which does have a certain variation of timecode, but Rode could use some work on their timecode system as well. It's not quite at the level of where Tentacle Syncs are. Now, I feel like one thing that would be really cool to see is that if the Pocket 3 can relay timecode to these microphones wirelessly. Like, just imagine if a camera can just mesh like 20 of these microphones and it just constantly relays timecode information to all of them, so you never have to jam sync and it's all integrated into a camera. As somebody that spent hours syncing video to audio, like that would be a feature that I would love. Oh.
Trying to get better at pool, I suck at this.
What do you think of this hotel?
I've just been thinking about the electric bill. There's so many lights in here.
Everything's so excessive.
Thermostat 1, thermostat 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh my god.
Thermostat
That
6.
is, honestly, okay, that's way too many.
7, 8, 9, and there's 10.
It feels like I need GPS just to find where the restroom is. We lost PETA like 3 times already.
Yeah.
Oh, you f***ed up.
So I'm gonna put the microphone here, and of course it's gonna sound good when I'm like a foot away from it, but I know Sam's like, what, 3 feet away from it, 4 feet?
Yeah. Oh, I missed.
Now we're like 5 to 6 feet away from the microphone. So here's a quick test where I have 4 DJI Mic 2s here, and also 2 of these Rode Wireless Pros here, and I'm gonna just do one big sync. So right now they should all be in perfect synchronization, but how about an hour later, or 2 hours later, or 3 hours later? We'll see if any of them shift at all. So now it's been hours since we started this.
Yeah. We're just doing it. It's gonna start sounding like a barbershop type, where it's like hello, and sync.
Taking a closer look, I was actually surprised that after 4.5 hours, the DJI mics actually held a tighter sync than the Rode Wireless Pros. Now I have this theory, no idea if it's true or not, but is it possible that inside of the receiver is a super accurate clock, and when it's connected to the receiver, it just syncs up a little bit better? So after doing a handful of tests, it actually looks like the Rode mics, when connected to the receiver, is super accurate. Like, I mean, on par with the Tentacle Syncs, but when it's not connected to the receiver, it can run loose. There's a thing called like a crystal oscillator or something like that. Watches will use them, but basically if there's a variation in temperature, then the timing might slow down or speed up. With this oscillator thing, apparently it's just like locked in. So I'm guessing that Rode has one of these oscillators, but it's in the receiver, so it needs to stay connected to utilize it, which is good to know. Even if you're not transmitting to the camera, you should still have the receiver on. And with DJI's mics, I didn't notice a difference whether it was connected or not. After a few hours, it's definitely not perfectly lined up, but definitely plenty for casual use, and I would say it's significantly better than the original DJI mics. So even if a mic shifts like a frame over the course of 2 hours, like it doesn't bother you.
No.
I think, Frank, you'd like this.
Shut the hell up.
I like how out of all the things, that's what Frank's most excited about.
No
that
way.
it just comes in white.
This is mine. This is an OG one, right?
Yeah.
But I painted it white.
And you did a job at it too. Like, look at this.
The reason I painted it white is so that when I put it inside the bride's dress, blends in with the dress.
And I covered up the DJI logo. I didn't like how it showed in my videos.
New case is definitely a little bit bigger.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Can I store this little muff in here?
No.
No. Ooh.
Ah.
Oh, there's a dial on it now too?
Oh, there's a dial on there.
I hated this touchscreen.
Nice, nice.
You do still have to use the touchscreen for a majority of settings, but maybe they'll eventually incorporate more of the dial. You guys both have the Pocket 3, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
You guys liking it?
Yeah,
We love it.
Love it.
So these wirelessly connect to the Pocket 3, so that's probably like alone enough of a reason for you to upgrade from the original.
Yeah, absolutely. But thankfully, these things work great.
Yeah, but then you have to attach it to the camera.
It's fine,
and
it's fine.
extra thing. Anyways, this is a little tour of the room I'm staying in now. Less size, but you know what? Honestly, it's equally as comfortable. You don't need like extravagant hotel rooms, honestly. Like you're not spending time in the hotel room anyway, so.
You got a
I mean,
killer
I'm
view of
honestly
that.
just as happy.
That brick wall.
wall is
I
nice.
love that brick wall,
That
man.
is a
Look at
great
that.
room. But anyways, I think that's it for this video. I think we're gonna go out and explore and do some stuff. So thank you for watching, and that is all. Bye.